In this video, we're going to learn how to solve this math question easy and fast. Alright, the question is under quadratic equation. So let's get started. The question says, what is one of the solutions to the given equation? Now, for this particular question, to save time, we're going to work with factorization method, which is faster. If you're using the quadratic formula, it's going to take you much time compared to factorization method. Alright, so let's get started. You can also use difference of two square technique to solve this, but that one will take longer time, alright, than quadratic formula. So it will take the longest time actually. So let's solve with the factorization method. Now, for your information, this TI plus CV addition calculator can not solve this kind of problem straightforward. So that feature is not embedded in this calculator to solve it straightforward. But if you're using the TI plus CE edition of this calculator, is straightforward there. Alright, so I have a video on this already. Check the channel for that video, watch it, and you'll be glad you did. Alright, so it's very straightforward with that latest edition of the TI plus CE calculator. But with this edition, the feature is not embedded here. Alright, but if you want to manipulate it with this calculator, do you can, but it's not that clear, like it's not that straightforward. So it's better you do it manually if this is a calculator you are using a simple edition. Alright, so let's solve this manually with factorization method. Very easy. I'll show you. Okay, so let's solve this. So we have, I'm going to replace this z square with x, okay, which is what we are familiar with. So this is x square plus 10x minus 24 equals 0, right? So to factorize this, you ask yourself, what are two numbers that when you multiply them you get negative 24, when you add they get 10? So the two numbers will be, we have minus 2 and 12. So minus 2 times 12 will give you minus 24, then minus 2 plus 12 will give you 10. Alright, so the equation will not change. We have x square minus 2x, okay, plus 12x minus 24 equals 0. So let's begin to factorize. Alright, so firstly we are going to have x square minus 2x in bracket, then we have 12x minus 24. We want to split it, so right now let's factorize. We have what the common value, we have x in bracket x minus 2, then the common value here we have it to be is 12. Yeah, we have 12, okay, this plus 12 actually, let's say plus 12 in brackets, but I don't need putting a plus sign, okay, is it can be invisible, but I can still put it, okay. So we have 12 in brackets x, okay, minus, so what we're going to have here will be 2. So at this juncture we're almost done. As you can see, what we have here in this bracket, okay, similar to what we have here in this bracket. Alright, so this will not be, permit me to wipe somewhere to complete this solution. So let me just wipe this equation here to complete the solution. Follow me guys, this is interesting. So right now we're going to have, let's bring what we have in common. So we have x plus 12 and we have x minus 2, okay, or equals or 0. Remember, you have to be equating this to 0, very important. So right now x will have two values, okay, so you now have x plus 12 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. So our x will now be x will have two values, right? x1 and x2. So when you make x formula here, x plus 12 equals 0, this 12 will cross over the equality sign and change to negative. So our x will be negative 12, and so in this place this negative 2 cross over this equality sign and we change to plus. So our x will now be negative 12 and 2. Okay, so let's verify. When you plug in, when the value of x is 2, when you plug it in this equation we have, we're going to have 0. So 2 square will give you 4, and 10 times 2 will give you 20. So 4 plus 20, 24, 24 minus 24 will give you 0. So this value of x as 2 is valid. What about when x is negative 12? When you plug it here, so you're going to have negative 12 square will give you 144. About 10 times negative 12 will give you minus 120. So you're going to have 144 minus 120 will give you 24. Yeah, so 24 minus 24 will give you 0. So this negative 12 as the value of x is still valid. Alright, so the value for x for this question is either negative 12 or 2, but we usually take the positive value, which is 2. So guys, this is basically I can deal with this kind of problem manually without the calculator. But remember, if you're using the T84 Plus CE edition of the calculator, check my video on how to solve quadratic equations with it. Is easier there and faster. You'll be glad you did. But if you're using this CE edition, you won't be able to do this straightforward on a calculator unless you want to manipulate it. Okay, so hope you learned something interesting in the video. Let's go to the video, guys. If you are new to the channel, ensure that subscribe to this channel by hitting the subscribe button for more of these videos. So like, share, and comment on the video. Tell me how you feel, what you learned from the video. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding what I talked about in the video, feel free to request a comment section below, and I shall give you a response. Also, you share part of the channel membership by clicking the join button, getting information how to solve other Salma's problems we're dealing with. Alright, so I will know this. Click the next button. I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.